Kaixo, nirei sena andida, sera modus? Hello, my name is Andy. How are you? Let's talk about the Basque language, or
Euskara.
Basque, also known as Euskara, is a language spoken by Basques and others of the Basque Country, a region that straddles the westernmost Pyrenees in adjacent parts of North Spain and southwestern France. Linguistically, Basque is a language isolate, meaning unrelated to any other existing languages. The Basques are indigenous to and primarily inhabit the Basque Country. The Basque language is spoken by 28.4%, that is 751,500 of Basques in all territories. Of these, 93.2%, about 700,300, are in the Spanish area of the Basque Country, and the remaining 6.8%, 51,200, are in the French portion. Ethnologue identifies a number of Basque dialects. They are Biscayan, Guipuzcoan, Upper Navarrese, Navarro-Lapurdian dialect, Eastern Navarrese, and Suletan, or Suberoan. All dialects are mutually intelligible, except for Suletan. The most widely used standardized dialect is Watua, meaning unified in Basque. It is taught in most schools and used in the media. It is usually referred to as Standard Basque. Although regional varieties are sometimes preferred for oral communication, there is a strong desire for the use of Watua Unified Standard. The Basques, or Euskaldunak, are a southwestern European ethnic group, characterized by the Basque language, a common culture, and shared genetic ancestry with the ancient Vascons and Aquitanians. Basques are indigenous to and primarily inhabit an area traditionally known as the Basque Country, or Euskal Herria, a region that is located around the western end of the Pyrenees on the coast of the Bay of Biscay, and straddles parts of north-central Spain and southwestern France. The origin of the Basques and the Basque language is a controversial topic that has given rise to numerous hypotheses. It is the only pre-Indo-European language that is extant in Western Europe. The Basques have therefore long been supposed to be a remnant of a pre-Indo-European population of Europe. The main hypotheses about the origin of the Basques are native origin, the mainstream theory, according to which the Basque language would have developed over the millennia entirely between the north of the Iberian Peninsula and the current south of France, without the possibility of finding any kind of relationship between the Basque language and other modern languages in other regions. Basque Iberism theorizes the existence of a kinship between the Basque and the Iberian language, and therefore between their speakers. And Caucasian origin theorizes that the Basque language and the languages of the Caucasus may have a direct relation, explaining why they share some linguistic typologies absent in the Indo-European languages. The Basque Country is the name given to the home of the Basque people and is located in the Western Pyrenees, straddling the border between France and Spain on the coast of the Bay of Biscay. Euskal Herria is the oldest documented Basque name for the area they inhabit, dating from the 16th century. It comprises the autonomous communities of the Basque Country and Navarre in Spain and the North Basque Country in France. Basques have a close attachment to their home, or etxe, house or home, especially when this consists of the traditional self-sufficient, family-run farm or baserri. Some Basque surnames were adapted from Old Baserri or habitation names. They are typically related to a geographical orientation or other locally meaningful identifying features. Such surnames provide even those Basques whose family may have left the land generations ago with an important link to their rural family origins. Vengo Etchea, the house of further down. Goiko Etchea, the house above. Landaburu, top of the field. Arrecondo, next to the stream. Elizalde, by the church. Mendizabal, wide hill. Usache, house of birds. Ibarreche, house in the valley. Echeverria, the new house, and so on. Basque cuisine is at the heart of Basque culture, influenced by the neighboring communities and produced from the sea and the land. Basques have also been quick to absorb new ingredients and techniques from new settlers and from their own trade and exploration links. Olive oil is more commonly used than vegetable oil in Basque cooking, One of the staple cookbooks for traditional Basque dishes was initially published in 1933. A 20th century feature of Basque culture is the phenomenon of gastronomical societies, called Choco in Basque, food clubs where men gather to cook and enjoy their own food. Until recently, women were allowed entry only one day in the year. Cider houses, or sagardo tagiak, are popular restaurants in Gipuzkoa, open for a few months while the cider is in season. Sagardo tagiak is a type of cider house found in the Basque Country, where Basque cider and traditional foods such as cod omelets are served. Modern sagardotegis can broadly be described as a cross between a steakhouse and a cider house. The word sagardotegi is composed of three elements: sagar, meaning apple, and ardo, meaning wine, yielding sagardo, or cider, and the suffix tegi, which denotes a building where an activity takes place. The word thus translates as cider house. Basque traditional music is a product of the region's historic development and strategic geographical position on the Atlantic Arc at a crossroads between mountains, Cantabrian Mountain Range, and Pyrenees, and plains, Ebro Basin, ocean, and inland, the European continent, and the Iberian Peninsula. Its culture and music have been exposed to a wide number of influences throughout history, ranging from British and Northern European to the Mediterranean to Arabic. Basque has 5 vowels, 19 to 24 consonants, and there are 6 diphthongs, all falling and with e or u as the second element. Basque makes a distinction between apical and laminal articulations for alveolar fricatives and affricates. In apical articulations, the contact is made by the tip of the tongue. In laminal articulations, the contact is made by the blade of the tongue. Basque is a richly inflected language. It marks grammatical relations by adding suffixes to roots. Prefixes are relatively uncommon. The basic word order in Basque is subject, object, verb, with some variation. Modifiers precede the nouns they modify. Most of the basic vocabulary is inherently Basque. As a result of close contact with Latin, Iberian, and other languages for over 2,000 years, Basque has borrowed many words from Latin, Spanish, French, Celtic, and Arabic. English has several words of Basque origin, such as anchovy, hayalay, and bizarre. In the next part, let's hear the beautiful sounds of their language. Numbers.
Bat, bi, iru, lau, bost, sei, zazpi, zortzi, bederatzi, hamar.
Greetings and phrases.
Kaixo, agur, egunon, arratsaldeon, gabon, bai, ez, mesedez, eskerrik asko, mil esker, barkatu, esker, eskubi.
Vocabulary.
Gorria, berdea, horia, laranja, urdin iluna, urdin argia, marroia, ubela, txuria, arrosa, beltza, grisa, telefonoa, giltzak, ohea, etxea, bainugela, dutxa, non daude maletak, pasaportea, kreditu txartela, xaboia, bizar labana, hortzetako pasta, hortz eskuila, orrazia, eskuila, toalla, labana, sardeska, koilara, latera, txinako zotzak, eltzea, Coca-Cola, tea, ura, garagardoa, ardoa, esnea, kafea, arrautzak, ogizerra txigortua, azukrea, gurina, gazta, ogia, arroza, arraina, baratzuria, patata frijituak, pizza, hamburguesa, mangoa, banana, sagarrak, udareak, marrubiak, pomeloa, limoia, laranja, mugurdiak, mahatxa, arana, tomateak, artoa, azenarioa, tipula, luzokerra, atatak, perretxikoak, burua, musua, lepoa, ilea, belarria, begia, sudurra, ahoa, belauna, ukondoa, orkatila, hanka, oina, erpurua, atza, eskumuturra, besoa, eskua.
The parable of the prodigal son.
Gainera, esan zien.
Gizon batek 2 seme zituen. Gazteenak esan zion aitari. Aita emadazu da gokidan zeni partea. Eta aitak ondasunak banatu zizkien. Handik egun gutxira seme gazteenak zituen guztiak bildurik urrutiko herrialde batera alde egin zuen eta han, galdukerian biziz, ondasun guztiak jan. Dena sautu zuenean gozete ikaragarria gertatu zen inguru hartan, eta estu aurkitzen hasi zen. Orduan herrialde hartako gizon batengana joan zen morroi, eta hark bere saietara bidali zuen txerri zain. Txerriek jaten zuten eskurrez, azetzeko gogoa ematen zion, ez baitzion inork jaten ematen. Orduan, pentsatzen jarririk bere baitan esan zuen. Zenbat langile gure aitearenean, nahi adina hogi eta gehiago dutela eta ni hemen goseak hiltzen. Jaiki, aitaren gana joan eta esango diot, aita, bekatu egintuz jainkoaren eta zure kontra. Ez dut gehiago seme izenik merezi, arnazazu zeure langiletako bat bezala. Jaiki eta aitaren etxera abiatu zen. Oraindik urruti zegoela ikusi zuen aitak eta errukitu egin zen, eta lasterka joanik bezarkatu eta musuka azitzi zaion. Semeak esan zion, aita, bekatu egin dut jainkoaren eta zure kontra, ez dut gehiago zure seme izenik merezi. Aitak ordea esan zien morroiei, ekarri bizkor jantzirik onena, eta jantzio zuei, ipinio zue eraztuna eta jantzi oinetakoak, ekarri zekor gizendua, eta hil egin dezagun festa otordua. Zeren, seme hau hilda bainuen, eta piztu egin zait, galdua nuen eta aurkitu egin dut. Eta festa hasi zuten. Seme zaharrena soroan zen, etxerakoan hurbildu ahala soinua eta dantzak zumatu zituen. Eta morroi bati deiturik zer gertatzen zen galdetu zion, hark erantzun. Zure anaia etorri da eta zeikor gizendua hiltzeko agindu duzuen aitak, semea onik bere ganatu duelako. Biziki haserretu zen anaia eta ez zuen sartu nahi. Atera zen aita eta erreguka hasi zitzaion. Baina hark erantzun zion aitari. Hainbeste urte da zure agindu bat ere sekula huts egin gabe zerbitzatzen zaitu dala, eta ez didazua egundainoan txume bat ere eman lagunekin festa egiteko? Eta horko zure seme hori, zure ondasunak emagalduekin jandituen hori, etorri dela eta zekor gizendua hilduzu. Aitak erantzun zion, seme, zu beti nirekin zaude eta nire guztia zeurea duzu. Baina egoki zen postu eta festa egitea, zure anaia hau hilda baikenuen eta piztu egin zaigu, galdua genuen eta aurkitu egin dugu.